Alright.
Alright, you fire-spitting bastards. Here is the ultimate wizard build. Before we start, I need to say that wizards can be built in many ways, as you might have already figured it out. This is my version of the best possible wizard build. It's really powerful, I like it, although I'm not proficient with wizards in general. I don't like wizards at all in RPG games, so I never really paid too much attention to their skills, setups, builds, but I believe this is a true build for anyone. So let's get started. Let's cover the talents first. Far Out Man is a necessity because it increases your range, so it means that you can be further behind while casting spells. Hothead, while you're at maximum vitality, it grants you 10% critical chance and 10% more accuracy. Really useful. Ingenious, that's from me being undead human. It helps. 5% extra critical chance, it definitely helps. Initiative is also very good. Lone Wolf, mainly because I'm doing it solo so that I can showcase the build properly. Instead of Lone Wolf, you can go for something like Stench if you're in a group. That way melee opponents will find you less attractive in combat. Or you can go for Elemental Affinity. Although that's really situational. Lots of options. The pawn with the build that I'm using is also very good. So you can go for that as well. Mnemonic gives you 3 extra points in your memory attribute. Very useful, essential I would say. And Savage Sortilege, the best perk for mages. It gives all magical skills a critical chance equal to your critical chance score. Let's now cover combat abilities. What I'm doing here is I'm dual wielding and I put maximum amount of points that I can with Lone Wolf ability in it. Because we get plus dodging. And by the way, we also get more damage from normal attacks. And they are really powerful with dual wielding. If you don't want 2 wands, then you can go for a staff. It will increase your critical multiplier. It's really up to you what you want. The issue with staves is that they have Staff of Magus, which can only be used once per turn. So to do another auto attack, and we won't be doing too many of that, you need to go in a melee range. But that's irrelevant because we have so many skills, you won't be needing any of those. So it's up to you if you want more critical multiplier or if you want more dodging. I went with more dodging because I'm playing solo, so I want to keep myself alive as much as possible. Perseverance is here so that we cannot get perma stunned or perma knocked down or petrified or whatever. The rest of the points goes into Geomancer, Pyrokinetic, 1 point into Scoundrel so that we can get more critical multiplier and more movement, and also so that we can use Cloak and Dagger, which I will explain later, and 1 point goes into Earth Urge for more defensive spells, which I will also explain later. Here are my normal stats. Intelligence, wits are at maximum, and other points are in Constitution and Memory. Our maximum critical chance with this setup that I'm using right now is 64%, which is pretty damn good. The spells will do a lot of damage if they crit. Dodging is at 24%, that's the max I could get, but it's up to you really how you build your gear. Physical armor is always lower because we are using mage equipment, while magic armor is fantastic and it will rarely be broken. Alright, so for the gear, couple of things here. For your necklace, definitely use something with open slot. What I put there is Giant Flame Rune with Mystical Frame. That way I get Pyrokinetic +1 and I also get plus 12% critical chance. If you don't want critical chance, you can put Thunder Rune. Thunder Rune will give you more dodging. I do prefer still critical chance because we are DPS after all class and I want to get rid of the enemies as fast as possible. Best defense is good offense, right? As for the others, use everything that would buff your skills that you're using. Same crap as with every other build. And for 2 of the wands, if you're going for this, I suggest one that would be fire, and for the second one use either air, earth or poison. Air is here because when we hit enemies with anything really they will bleed, and with air, if they don't have any magic armor and their blood is beneath them, they will be stunned if you hit them with a wand that has air damage. If you're using poison, then you can combine fire and poison if they are out of magic armor to create those mini explosions, because that's what happens when you combine poison and fire. Now for the skills. You remember that I've said that we have some tools skills, and that's why we put some points into Heritage and Scoundrel. You need only 1 point. Scoundrel is because I'm going to use Cloak and Dagger to get away from my enemies. If you don't want this skill, then you can use Huntsman. It gives you high ground bonus damage, which works fantastic with dual wielding wands. And that way you can use skill called Tactical Retreat. It's the same shit like Cloak and Dagger, just in different skill tree. Another one that is also same as this is Phoenix Dive, but that goes with Warfare, and Warfare increases your physical damage directly, which is useless to us. We don't do any physical damage. So either Cloak and Dagger with Scoundrel or Huntsman with Tactical Retreat. Couple of points we put in Arrow Third so that we can use Teleportation and Uncanny Evasion. Teleportation, because it's very useful to keep teleporting people away from you if they tend to bomb rush you. Uncanny Evasion, same thing. It does wonders against melee attackers. As for the rest, it's all basic stuff. Really, nothing special here. Every skill here is really good. The one that is the weakest of them all here is Earthquake. It does earth damage. The knockdown is resisted by physical armor, and we are not doing any physical armor damage. This is good when you're in a group that can deal physical damage. But when you're doing solo like I am right now, it's no use. So you can remove that if you're going solo. It does do magical armor damage, but when that magical armor depletes, it's not going to knock down an enemy because enemies will resist that knockdown because they still have their physical armor. That's about it. Really nothing needs to be said anymore. Let's test this build properly. I'm in arcs, and these guys here are pretty damn nasty. If I manage to pull this off, I'll be really surprised. They have Soothing Cold, which restores their magic armor, and they have a lot of magic armor as well. It's permanent, which is unfortunate for me, but I believe I can break through all of them. The issue is if they break through my physical armor and start knocking me down. That's how I died the first time when I was testing here. This is, by the way, on tactical difficulty, just to confirm. So it's hard, it's proper hard. If I get this done, then this is the ultimate wizard build. There's no doubt about it. So let's start it out. Immediately you can see the damage from the critical chance that we have, which is now at what, 64%. Absolutely beautiful. Almost killed one guy immediately. That high ground bonus really works well. We don't have too much health points, and our physical armor is a huge issue, but we do have Mend Metal and Fortify, which will restore our physical armor. Still, they are completely useless if we cannot get ourselves up from the knocked down. If we get knocked down, they will destroy us. They do so much damage. Look, they have more health than us. More everything, really. Except magical armor. We got plenty of that, and we're good in that department. Time to start casting some nasty spells. Let's do the traditional Fossil Strike Fireball. Holy shit, look at the damage. That was beautiful. Not bad at all. Oh, these guys, look at one dead. And the second one is also dead. Holy crap, this is good. As long as they are not near us, this is fantastic. Oh wow, I did not expect so much damage. Savage Sortilege perk with high critical chance is fantastic. Some of these fuckers have low physical armor, so I want to cast Impalement. There we go. Pretty decent damage. Oh wait, Impalement works with resisted by physical armor, so why did I... Oh, never mind. Got confused. Don't worry about it. Ha, 2 down. This is too easy. What the fuck? Let's throw in haste. I forgot about haste. And flaming tongues as well. Because this guy will come soon for me. Nah, they cannot break through my magical armor, it's just too much. Well, I easily break through theirs. It's a beautiful build, I'm really happy with it. I'm usually not the guy who would create mage builds because that's not my style. I don't like mages at all in games, but considering how powerful this is, I might reconsider that. Let's see what the hell living wall is. I've never tested that. So I want to create that wall to see what will it do. To block the path, emitting poison clouds around them. Now I have no idea if this guy is susceptible to poison or not. This seems like a really cool skill. Flaming Crescendo. Ah shit, blocked by magic. Did not read the tooltip. Yeah, I'm making mistakes. As you can see, I'm not very good with wizards. Mostly used to destroying physical armor. Oh, that was a nasty attack. Now let's weaken this guy. Or should I just delay my turn? Let's delay the turn. The goal with this build is to kill everyone before they kill you. It's pure DPS build with ability to get our physical armor restored, and that's about it. I don't even have healing spells. If you want to play this in a group, just remove the lone wolf perk, and that's about it really. Put instead of it something else, elemental affinity. Whatever you want really. Supernova. Always wanted to test this out. Whoa, 3000 damage. That's really nice. Look at the amount of damage we are doing with our auto attacks. That's absolutely ridiculous. Let me check it out. I didn't even see. So we attacked for 2000 fire damage. It was a critical hit. Holy shit, that's huge. The second one was not a crit, but we still did 400 normal air damage. I think that's pretty damn fantastic. So let's kill the last bastard. Well, this was close to dying, but I still haven't used my tools at all. the skills that I call tools: teleportation, uncanny evasion, and cloak and dagger. So it's time to put that to use as well. We have also pretty cool spell called Worm Tremor that entangles the enemies and they cannot move for 2 turns. There's no way out of it, no teleportation, nothing. I think the only thing that you can do is blitz attack to get away from it. As you might have seen, I am not even using source point skills, and I still have that at my disposal. And I destroyed these guys like it's nothing. Well, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. I did. Considering that I don't like wizards, that's a huge thing. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out the description, please, for possible donations and also info on my other channels. Cheers.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.